Yo, 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 this is JBG Gaming. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Uh, yeah, bro. Prince of Persia Forgotten Sands review. Bro, these game developers on shrooms, my boy. Like, I'm talking about high as a kite, my boy. Listen, man, I'm not about to give you no lame introduction and all that nonsense like I actually care, or like you actually care about any of that stuff. I know you just here to look into a review, but I clickbait you and your goon and stuff into watching this video. So I will say there was no heavy or corresponding editing to this video simply for the fact I've been procrastinating a lot about uploading videos. Good editing will happen soon because I'm fully capable of doing it, but right now I just need to dish out videos to build more momentum. It's a mental thing. The heavy editing will take me too long and discourage me from eventually uploading. So without further ado, here goes nothing. Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands. Man, where do I begin with this game? I've never really been an avid fan of platformers, not for the sake of not enjoying it, but rather having not really been introduced or exposed to IPs that take my interest. With that said, criticize me if you want. I think Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands is one of the most intricate and complex games I ever played. I've seen things in this game I've never even seen before, or that caught me for a loop. So, but let's start small, my boy. All right, let's begin with the graphics. I think it's safe to say the graphics in this game are phenomenal for its time. However, I might be a little biased since I played this game at max settings on a 5070 Ti at over 100 frames per second. I think it's mostly like over 200 frames. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's over 200 frames for what Nvidia told me at 1440p native. I can't obviously imagine this game looking as good or gorgeous on the PS3 and other consoles, but I digress. Despite this, I can clearly see that the games was made at an earlier time due to the very limited and undetailed facial expressions, aliasing and jagged edges at times in the game, especially at a distance. It's also clear that this game was originally rendered at 30 FPS, as even though I can see the game clearly rendered at a higher frame rate, it just seemed to be a level of movement and animation restraint present in the game that just isn't present in modern titles. It's hard to explain, perhaps. I'm guessing it might be latency. I think PC gamers will understand what I'm talking about if they played older games and play frequently on the PC. It's just a level of latency and hesitancy that the character models had that just isn't present in modern games. Man, look at me stuttering and shit. With high level and more intensive graphics. Despite this, I was absolutely amazed by the set pieces, the detailed cities, the world building, and the immersive experience the game had to offer. Playing that native 1440p ultra wide 32 inches seems to bring any game to life, no matter how old. So with that being said, I think it's safe to say that Forgotten Sands wins in this measure. 8 out of 10 in this measure. Now let's talk about the audio. Honestly, the audio in this game is kind of slept on. The soundtrack got that epic desert journey feel with orchestral swell that sound like something out of a movie trailer from The Mummy Returns, and I mean that as a compliment. It's got drama, tension, a little bit of mystery, everything you want in the game where you're running up walls, fighting cursed skeletons and shit. Sound effects, pretty crispy. Sword hits have weight. Well, not really. I feel like I'm swinging a feather, truth be told. The parkour movement had just enough audible feedback to keep you locked in. Voice acting mid. Let's be real. The prince sounds like he's halfway between charming role and a medieval frat boy, but it works. Kinda. He talks a lot but says very little, like most of us when we're trying to flirt. Next up, performance and polish. On PC, as I've said before, the game runs like butter, man. I didn't hit a single crash or major bug through the whole playthrough. The only real issue I had, and PC players know what I mean, is that weird camera jank you get when you're too close to a wall. Suddenly, the whole universe forgets which direction is forward, and you'll be like, let me jump that way. And the game's like, bet, and sends you straight into the abyss. Like, what the hell? But aside from that, the movement is tight. Loading times are quick thanks to my SSD, and rewind mechanics work exactly as advertised, like Control plus Z for bad decisions. 10 out of 10 will rewind my death again. Now, for the story. Look, I'm not gonna lie, this is not the second coming of Red Dead Redemption or The Last of Us. Matter of fact, I don't even know why I mentioned any of them goddamn games. They both, especially The Last of Us Part 2, that shit's trash. Well, you know, that's another video for another story. But it is a Prince of Persia game. You're not here for Oscar-winning performances. That said, the plot's pretty straightforward, just enough to keep you moving. Your brother starts wilding, opens some cursed army vault full of sandy demon things, and you gotta clean all that shit up like the little brother with main character energy. There's also some mysterious water spirit who talks to you like she knows everything, but ultimately just tells you fucking nothing. Still, the pacing is solid and the story never really drags. It knows what it is, adventure-like with a sprinkle of little ancient fantasy. But now let's talk about the real sauce, the gameplay. This game is straight up a parkour puzzle fever dream. Wall runs, ledge grabs, pole swings, time freeze, mid jump. It's like Assassin's Creed on pre-workout. Every room is like a mini escape room challenge. Can you figure out how to get from point A to point B using every ability you just learned, you just unlocked? And you're like, I think I can. And then bam, 10 minutes later, you feel like a genius. The combat is alright. It ain't really deep. It gets the job done. You can tell it just serves at an anchor point or a transition point in order for the platform. You got sword combos, magical powers, and an upgrade skill tree that lets you tailor how much smoke you want to bring to a sand monster's front door. Plus freezing water in mid-air to create climbable path. Now that's next level creativity, and the fun never stops. But man, let me tell you how intricate this game is, bro. These developers had to be some kind of LSD or psychedelic trip, bro, because it's things that they happen in this game. I'm like, there's no way a normal person would have thought about this shit. There's no way a normal person would have concocted this shit. Like, nigga, I'm having to look at different. Look at this. Like there are water. I don't know what the hell. Water pillars out of sight. Like, for example, that water pillar, you can see that is out of sight. Let me wind that back. Shit, nigga. I'm gonna wind that shit back. Fuck it.